For exercise 1 in chapter 8, this is actually a very simple object and it's all going to be done within one command. The first thing that I need to do though is draw the profile. So I will click on my front view, go to sketch, and select sketch view. Essentially, all I am doing for this object is I am drawing the center line. So I'm going to start with the line command. Actually, I'm going to start with the circle command because it's going to be a little bit easier to start with that bottom circle. And this has a radius of 25, which equates to a diameter of 50. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Now, I know that I only need the lower half of this circle, so I'm going to go to delete segment and get rid of these two. I know that I can now put a line from this endpoint up, and it's going to ask me for a dimension for that, and that's going to be 20. On the other side of this, I've got several different things that are going on, and it's a little bit of complex curves and stuff that are all coming together, so it's going to take a little bit of layout work to get to what I need on this, but if I take it step by step, it's not difficult. So I'm going to draw my first line in here, and I'm no longer looking straight on. I want to make sure that I'm looking straight on, that way I can tell if any of my lines are crooked. That line there is going to be 45. I now have a radius of 25 coming off of the end of this line. So what I want to do is I want to go to the circle command, and I don't really have the option to use the tangents and stuff, so I'm just going to draw a circle that is kind of off to the side just a little bit. And I'm going to put in a diameter for that of 50. Now I want that to have a couple of constraints. I would like it to be tangent to this line, and I would also like it to be coincident. Now the coincident, I need to select the circle and that point, and that's going to locate that so that it's exactly on that point at all times. Now I'm not sure yet exactly where I'm going to need to trim this, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue drawing at this point. So I know that I have another line segment that comes straight down. And this line segment is key because I've got another circle that's going to have to line up with this line and this. So I'm going to go to the circle command, and I'm just going to draw it over here. It has a radius of 50, so that's going to give it a diameter of 100. And let me go back to sketch orientation. And again, I want to put tangent between here and here, coincident between here and this endpoint, and then tangent between this circle and this circle. And what that does is that locates the rest of this for me. So now I can go to delete segment, and I can get rid of this section, this section, this section, and this section. And then last but not least, I can place a dimension on the top half of this line, which is going to be at 35. So realistically, it's not as complicated as it looks if you use circles. If you try to use arcs, it's going to make it a lot more difficult. But because I'm going to be doing a sweep on this, I am going to have an open profile that I'm going to be using in the sweep. At this point I can say OK, and I'm going to go to my sweep command, and it's recognizing the top as my start point, and I want to sketch my sweep section, which is going to be nothing more than a single circle that has a diameter of 10. So once I draw that circle and hit the checkbox, it should give me a preview of that entire swept section. In this case it is. So at this point all I have to do is hit the checkbox, and this is everything that I need for the foundation bolt.